Hi everyone, my name is Dana. I'm going to be doing a little video on the agility trial I just was in through my own kennel club, Packerland Kennel Club. They had it at an ice arena, so a nice huge venue with bleachers that people can sit and watch. And this was a really crazy weekend, so I figured I'd kind of sit down and talk about it instead of just doing a voiceover. So Gunner has pancreatitis. He's good, but that happened the night before the trial. So I was up all night crying over my potentially dying dog because the emergency vet near us, garbage. There was an urgent care vet or something like that I tried getting into, and they said, oh, we're not taking in any new clients right now. And I was like, well, can you give me any advice? Is my dog gonna survive the night? And they go, oh no, you'd have to schedule exam with us. I go, well then, how am I supposed to do that if you're not taking any new clients in? I just need to know, like, do I have to go to the evil emergency vet, or can I wait it out until my perfect, immaculate, trusted, normal vet opens in the morning? And they go, oh, well, we can't really give you any advice until we meet your dog. I said, you're not going to be meeting my dog. So, yeah, now 2 places near me are just not to be trusted. I mean, obviously, you can give a medical opinion, but say, hey, I can't guarantee this because it's not my dog, like, or I've never met your dog before. So then I ended up going through one of those, like, online vet things. I don't even remember the name of it. And I explained the symptoms. They said, okay, keep an eye on your dog as long as he still wags his tail. And when you talk to him and he can lift his head up and he'll drink water. And you press on his gums and the color comes back quickly and he's not dehydrated and his jowls aren't tacky. They're slippery. That's what matters. So I was giving him water every, like, hour or so. I did not sleep a wink. And then the next morning, I'm calling my mentor to see if she can run my dog for me. And then my parents go, no, Dana, you can just go to the trial. Like, what's it going to hurt if, all of us will be home not able to do anything because none of us are vets. The vet is the person we need there. If something horrible happens, we'll give you a call. You can run to the vet. But they basically said to me, like, I'd be doing more good competing with ammo. They would take care of Gunner. And this weekend wouldn't have even happened if it weren't for them. So I'm extremely thankful. Gunner is great. Gunner is great. And I can't thank them enough, honestly. And he's doing good. But because of that, I wasn't exactly set up for success. It was, like I said, crazy weekend. But I'm still really happy with how it went. I would say this year wasn't as good as last year's. I've been putting more pressure on myself, I feel like, to, live up to expectations. But then because of that, I've been doing worse. And I just had to get back in the groove. And even though we NQ'd for 4 out of our 6 runs, 4 out of our 6 runs, I'm still really happy because even though we NQ'd, a lot of good happened, and the main thing for me is that I didn't get frantic. So I'll walk through how I did these things, what I should have done differently, and what I'm really happy with, and what was a mistake, and why things happened. I'm really good at hindsight, but I still don't have that eye for, like, before a trial. I'm not good at reading maps. I can't read a map. And yeah, so this is time to beat. The nice thing about time to beat is there's no refusals, but you still get disqualified if you knock a bar. So we knocked this bar for number 9, and it's all my fault. And then we did have a refusal for 10 because I switched her to the weaves before she committed to that jump because I was afraid she'd get tunnel sucked, which she wouldn't do that to me. I was just being a helicopter. So we did this. I had her stop at the A-frame, switch sides, loop her around, get her back on the A-frame. I stopped her there, and then I ran in front of her and, like, blocked her so that she knocked the bar and then pushed her before she could do the jump. What I should have done with me having a stopping contact is I should have gotten to the jump and then just blind crossed her. I should have been right here, nice distance away, pulled her over, and then switched sides as soon as she committed, and then just wrapped her around that jump into the weaves. And that would have made so much more sense. But my brain didn't think of that. So we'll watch it. We'll see how it goes. Everything else, I did a front cross here from the tunnel. It went great. So yep, I'm really happy with how that went. Stop in contact, looped her around, front cross, perfect. But then right here, you can kind of see I get in her way. So she's like, oh crap, I have to avoid Dana, knocks the bar, and then I switched her too early, avoid that jump. Her weaves were great. I got her off of that jump perfect. And then I was quick enough to get to where I wanted to do a front cross there, and it went magically. So if I just thought things through for like 10 more seconds, it would have been fine. So then here's the map for open standard. This one, I had one off course and one refusal, and I thought that you could only have one or the other. Apparently you're allowed one of each. So because of that, I qualified, and we ended up actually getting first place, which was really cool. So now I only need one more queue in open standard, and then we'll be in excellent standard, which is insane, but also like in a good way and a bad way, because I still need 2 more queues in novice jumpers. So I'm really, I don't know, it's bad for jumpers. So we started here, the weaves are fine. I did this really well because Ammo has good distance, crossed her here, got her onto the table. I used her stop in contact to get her onto the table because I don't have a table to practice with. So I just stood there and said, slow up, go up slow, please. And she did. But then what happened was I switched here to here and my ankle gave out. So then my arm went down and it pulled Ammo into me. So she went around this jump and over this jump. But I stayed calm. I kept it together. I got her back, and then we did jump, jump, tunnel, and all that perfectly. We ended up being the only one in our height to qualify. So even though we lost a lot of points, we still got first place, which is really cool. I do feel bad though, because I hate NQing, and it sucks. I always feel bad when people NQ, because we're putting so much money in there. I think we should change the rules where a knocked bar is just a time penalty like it is on TV. Personally, I feel like that would be a lot nicer. So let's watch it. Let's see how it goes. I leave her. Wow, she's so pretty and amazing. We do the dog walk. I get myself set up nicely for the weave entry. Oh my gosh, the next day we had a crazy one. It was, I mean, I know why it happened, but we'll get there when we get there. Perfect, amazing, over the jump, onto the frame. I left her there, perfect. And I see, I'm going, you slow, you go up slow. And then right, oh, you can't see it on the camera, but like right back here, I went to move my ankle and it just stayed like this. I didn't, you know, push like it's supposed to. So I just like, ugh, and because of that, I pulled her into me and around. So hold on, I'm gonna show it one more time just so you can see. But yeah, that's my ankle giving out right there. Had I just sent her normally, because what I was trying to do is push her towards the jump, but then my hand and my body gave 2 different stories. So I kept calm. I got her to do it, and he didn't do whatever the hand signal is. I don't know if it's the 2 hands up or the cross. I don't know. I'm not an agility judge, but we did it. So sweet. Next up, novice jumpers with weaves. And I would say this was probably our worst one. Not for handling, but Ammo scared the crap out of me. She knocked the first bar. It was like both of her hind legs slipped out from underneath her. But I was thinking back, and there was one dog that was bleeding or like pooped itself. I don't know. They were cleaning the starting area, and then there were like drips all over that they were cleaning too. So I'm wondering if she slipped on that area or something, if it was still slippery. Either way, because that I wasn't where I wanted to be, because I was like, oh my gosh, are you okay? As she was still going, like she wasn't limping or anything, but I had wanted to be more here, and I was more here by the time she was doing these. So then I sent her around that jump by accident, but then we did a nice rear cross on this side getting back. But I'm like, man, we could have actually done this one, but of course something had to go wrong, which is so annoying. But I'm just glad she's okay. That's what really matters. But all it was just like making the number 8, and we had to have a freak accident happen. I'm like, that's so dumb. But yeah, so I set her up, and I don't know, you can kind of see it does look a little darker there, so I don't know. But like, just look at her legs just like slid out from under her, and she didn't do the jump at all. And because of that, I pushed her around the jump, and blah, 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 blah. We got our weaves good. We did this good. I did this cross perfectly. I'm so happy about that. I was nervous that she'd get tunnel sucked, but No, we did it. So then the next day, open standard. And this one was probably our worst of the next day. It it's my bad, and it was such a minuscule and quick thing that happened. Now, to be fair, she did knock this bar, but my mentor said a lot of dogs were knocking it because it was kind of a bad angle. But even still, like, so even if we didn't have her off course, she would have disqualified. But we had a few just kind of crazy things, like she skipped her weave entry. That was my fault. I didn't tell her to weave. I just stood there, and then I was like, wait, get him. And she was like, oh, okay, I didn't know we were doing that. But I think I was still my brain was still waking up, and that's why this went the way it did. But yeah, so what ended up happening, this was good, this to here was good, this was okay, but then I was nitpicking her here to call her off of that tunnel. One of my other mentors thinks it was because I was saying her name so much, I distracted her from just doing the jump, and then because that, when I should just trust my dog, that's on me. But then this one, I was literally, my feet were pointed right to the dog walk. I was not pointing my feet this way, which is what I needed to do. Literally, my whole body was facing right here. So I sent her right to the dog walk instead of where I wanted her to go, which was to the table. My bad. And this was something that even in, like the excellent course, and masters, and I think they even had something similar in the premier, but that a lot of the higher up dogs made that mistake too, which really sucked. My mentor's dogs, I think 2 of them did that. So this was really tricky. So I was really, I mean, you know, I'm thankful that they're keeping tricky things in open, so it's not like a big culture shock when I'm in excellent. But at the same time, it's like, come on, man, I only need one. I only needed one more cue. Like, just let me have it. Why couldn't you let me have it? So we'll watch it. We'll see. But yeah, that was my big thing, was right here. Oh, also, peep the new leash that I got there. It is so cute, and it was in her color, so I was like, I need to get it. So yeah, perfect. That's exactly what I wanted. Sent her there. But then, yeah, I was calling her. You can see I'm saying her name, so she knocked the bar. And then, oh, rewind. I'll see if I can pause it there. Right about, oh, it's too quick. So right about, I'll say, like right as she took this jump, I should have already turned my whole body, like going this way. But I was too slow to turn. I did a nice little lollygagging thing, and because of that, I sent her farther away. And that's when I should have said in. I was saying this too early. She knocked about. But yeah, that was tricky though. So yeah, already there. You see I'm tiptoeing, and it's all in that direction. But then I got her back. I say, hey, come on. We gotta do this. Get out. Perfect. And then I got her on the table. Nice. And then yeah. Oh, this one, I didn't know which side I wanted to be on. So that was a kind of tricky thing. But then I forgot to say weaves. I pointed at him, but then she skipped like 4 weaves because I didn't say to weave. So that's on me. And I just said, you know what? It's whatever. We did it. Good girl. But then I'm going, you bad. You skipped your weaves. How could you? Now, oh, get back. How could I skip fast? This was my best run of the weekend, was fast. And I used to say I hated fast. Now I like it a little bit more. I hate that you have to do math. So for me, I needed 50 points, and then you have to do the send. And then all these jumps are different points, and all these obstacles are different points. And the start is here, the finish is here. So you can't really do those until, you know, the end. So what I did, I had her go this way, do the weaves. Then I had to stay outside of this line, which they put a line of tape on the ground, and I sent her through those 2. Then I had her avoid this jump, go over this jump. I called her into me, and then I switched her around. She ended up knocking this bar, but in fast it doesn't matter. You just don't get the points. And I probably shouldn't have sent her that far anyways. I probably should have just boop, 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 but you know, I wanted to putz around because fast you can putz around. It's basically like just ring time. It's FEO, but you get stuff. So then I called her to the teeter spot there, and then I had her do this, and I switched her into the tunnel. And oh my gosh, I hope people didn't think I was conceited, because I went and I sat down afterwards and I was like, that was like our best run of the day. And I think some people thought that I was saying like it was the best run of the competition, which was not what I was saying. That was not the case. There are so many people better than me, but that run for me felt the best. So I think that they meant that. But I don't think they're even watching this, but I need to say right now, I am not conceited. I know I have a lot to learn, but I was really proud of this run. But there were a lot of people who were way better than me, but for me, this was a really cool thing that I did. So if any of my friends who are watching this, no, I did not say that was the best run of the day. And if it came out like that, that's not what I meant. I was very flustered. I meant to say that it was my best run of the day. Okay, so anyways, but it is really cool. I'm proud of it a lot. So one of my friends, she was in the bleachers for this one, so she got a really good angle for it too. Oh, it was awesome. And this is one that I didn't ask to be recorded for. One thing I noticed was that I was kind of really focusing hard on content, and I think that's why I was making so many mistakes, because I was like, crap, I need to get this video good, I need to make it good, and I need to worry about how I look in a video, so I just stopped asking. But then my friends ended up recording all my runs anyways, so I still got them, but I just wasn't like handing out my phone anymore. But we're gonna watch that one more time because I was talking about other stuff. So yeah, wow, beautiful. And you can tell there are some people who are just trying to get the points, and there's nothing wrong with that. And I don't know how fast is graded, if it's by points in time or like what the priority level is, but we got our novice fast title, and we got our first place in this one, so that was really good. But I really am happy with that, and the in from that one as well. So then our last one is jumpers, and we ended up knocking a bar again, of course. I think it was this one. It was always this one. That jump didn't really move, but I'm really happy with it because this one I came up with the plan all by myself. For a couple of the other ones, I had to think back to my mentor and say like, hey, does this sound good? Is this a good idea? And then she'd help me, but I was like, you know what? I'm just gonna try it because I was feeling really good after fast. So what I did was I ended up right about here when I sent her. I put her into the weaves. I had her come in a little bit, and then I switched her over. And then this is the bar I believe she knocked. And then I switched her over here as well. And it was good. I honestly think getting out of novice will be the most challenging for me because there's so much running and so much distance. Like, they're using the whole arena basically for 14 obstacles. So I have to cover a lot of ground with my very, very fast border collie. And that's a challenge. And when she does pick up speed like that, that's when bars do get knocked. When I keep her in more compact little putsy around things, then she doesn't knock bars, but she's just focusing on, I gotta run fast, which she's having fun. That's what matters. If she hated agility, we wouldn't be doing agility, but it's like, come on, girlfriend, like, don't knock bars, please. So we'll see. I still really like this one. I think though, yeah, they didn't get the beginning of them, but that's okay. That doesn't matter to me. But then yeah, you can see, look at that. Ah, shoot, that jump. Yep. Because they got my two good things that I did. Which is all that really matters, the good things. And then there's Emma with her title towel and her 2 blue ribbons for first place and our new title. And my mentor told me that's how it'll go. With her being so fast, you know, we might not be the most consistent, but when we do qualify, we'll probably be on the podium, which is really cool to hear from my mentor that she has faith in us. But yes, I need to get much quicker instincts. But after this trial, I'm feeling like much more inspired and confident and a lot less frustrated in myself. Like I said, it's not her. Emma is perfect. Obviously, yes, I'm the one who trained her, but she thrives in a competition environment. She turns it up to 11 in a competition environment. It's like everyone is there for her. That's how she believes, is everyone is here to see me do this, and I'm gonna do it and look so cool. And oh, she'll celebrate with everyone. People say hi. Oh, yes, you can say hi. And it's really cool how she has this situational awareness, where if that happened at an obedience trial, she's a totally different dog. But she knows agility, and she loves agility, and she knows obedience. She loves obedience, but she knows there's different rules with obedience. But I am very blessed to have a dog as good as her. And after the trial before Packerland's, I was feeling very much almost like not a fraud, but just like, I don't know, doing the things that she could achieve felt inachievable to me, and that really sucked because I have a dog with basically unlimited potential, and I, for a while, felt like, okay, yes, I can have as much potential as her, I just have to learn. And then after the trial before this one, where I was frantic, I was panicking, my head just wasn't in the game, I was like, I don't know if I can do this. Like, can I? Do I even have the potential to meet this dog's standards? That, yes, I taught her, but, you know, it's not all how you raise them. It is the genetics, and it is the breeding, and it is the parents' dogs. Like, anyone who says it's how you raise them, a lot of it can be how you raise them, but a lot of it is their genetics too. So obviously, you know, the stuff she knows is because of me, but who she is not just because of me. And she's a 1 in a million dog. So I'm very hopeful, you know, I'm feeling a lot more confident that we can achieve what I know she can achieve now. And fingers crossed that we keep on putting the needle in the right direction. That's all that really matters to me. But thank you so much for watching, and please consider liking and subscribing. It really does help me out. If there's any content you would like to see, let me know in the comments down below. Any agility questions, ask away. I'm by no means a professional, but my goal is to get more people interested in agility because it is so fun. I have a blast. Obviously, I put a lot more pressure on myself because it's my job, and I want to be successful, and I do want to potentially maybe have a litter of puppies in the future, learn how to do ethical breeding and all those things, but I need to make my dog look good and make myself look good if I want any of that to happen. But then I realized, you know what, that's not what it's all about, and I was putting too much pressure on myself in that end, and now we're back. We are so back. But with that being said, I will see you in the next video. Bye!